I'm sorry. So, I want to mention
that we are the Winx.
Yes, we are the
specifically us.
Well,
us two, we are the Winx.
first of all, we are the Winx.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, Eraser. Secondly, there is a reason that I've had to remove cutscenes from this game, and that is because cutscenes will crash the game. And yes, that we have no cutscenes, so we will never actually transform into like a fairy or whatever it is these are. Because I don't know the story whatsoever. I did indeed watch the first season of Winx Club, like for a bet that I lost, and I still don't understand the story of this game whatsoever. So yes, I'm sorry about the cutscenes, but if we're ready to go, we can get started in just a second after I've done this. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Thanks, guys. So this is the tutorial level of the game. Took, I'm sure you're well aware of how this game works, being a massive Winx fan that you are.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of glitches so forth to say in this level of the game. There is one minor glitch that we're going to be doing much later on. But right now we're just going to be running as far through the tutorial level as we can until we can get to the main area. Like I say, we should have already seen a fair few cutscenes at this point, but because cutscenes do indeed crash the game, we have removed them just for consistency and safety. Yes, this is on PC, specifically a laptop. There was a PlayStation 2 copy of this game, but that just takes too long to load, which is just stupid, really. So
Did we have that much longer loading times?
Yes, it was terribly
It's essentially
authorized.
Knight Rider 2 then.
Yeah, essentially,
This game
yes.
is Knight Rider 2. Okay.
Well, in a way, this is actually a lot closer to the Prince of Persia franchise, because there's platforming, obviously, there's magical powers involved, and yeah, so that's as close to the Prince of Persia franchise as you can get.
Right. Closer than Garshasp, or?
More so than Garshasp, yes.
Okay.
All Garshasp has, really, is the fact that Garshasp, the warrior himself, is a Persian warrior.
Right.
So, in terms of gameplay mechanics, this is closer to the actual Prince of Persia series. So, going through the tutorial level is very slow indeed. I mean, there's, like I said before, there's not a lot of glitches because you're climbing up somewhere, so like it's all casual movement and just optimizing that movement and going through load screens. So, there we go, I can see better now. This guy likes to be a little bit of annoying because...
He's so scary.
Yes, terrifying.
Yeah.
Except he can hit you, and when he does hit you, you lose a second because you get stunned. So if he hit me, this would have been suboptimal, and I would have to reset.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So you see I'm running past these gems. We don't need the gems in this run. This is 100%. This, like, gems are worthless to us. There is one collectible that we do need, and I'm going to be coming up to the first one right as I get to the top of this mountain, and it's called a Dragon Seed. Dragon Seeds give me an extra petal of HP. If I can actually collect it, because if you're not actually properly looking at the chest, you will just not you will go down to open the chest, but you won't actually open the chest. So this is the first boss of the game, called
Oh, that's Eraser.
Yes, that's Eraser. I mean, he's bald and he's got glasses, so yeah, it's Eraser.
Yeah.
So this is the actual... Oh, there we... Yeah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. This is fine. This is Nut. He's the first boss of the game, and this is where the RNG of the game comes into play. Because if you look in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, I've got a bar, and that's my magic bar. If that runs out, I'm in trouble. And the little orbs that spawn whenever a nut attacks can either increase or decrease my magic.
Yeah.
Obviously,
So the pink ones increase and the black ones decrease, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, the blue ones give you a tiny bit, but it's like you only collect them if you're dangerously low.
So pink is superior.
Yes. You do have a shield as well, which you have to use like whenever a nut does those special attacks. But realistically, you just want to fly around the same place to get him to spawn all these orbs in roughly the same place. So that you can just spam around and just spam as much as possible to do damage.
And you win.
Yes, and you win. So that is the first boss of the game, and that's us done with tutorial percent. And now we can get into the actual fun part of the run. We don't have our fairy powers right now because we don't get any sort of powers while in the hub world, essentially. I can't remember the name of this place now. It's Alfair, I think? But yeah, essentially what the game wants us to do now is to go around this fairy school, so to say, and meet all of our friends. Except we don't like to do that because we're speedrunners, and meeting friends is slow. So what we're going to do, if I can set this up correctly, is we're going to use this lady here to clip out of bounds.
Oh yeah. Right.
And skip meeting all of our friends. So, but we do have to meet one person, and this person is actually very useful for one reason, if I can talk to her. So there's, as far as the story goes, there's this school dance coming up, right? And we can't go to the school dance looking like this, can we? I mean, come on, it's not looking good at all.
Yeah.
So this lady there, who we just talked to there, she will make us a dress. But she can't make us a dress because she's lost her scissors.
Oh,
Yeah, so we actually have to go and do a little side quest to go and get her scissors. So the scissors are always in the same place. However, picking up the scissors runs the risk of crashing the game. So, hopefully it doesn't crash. I did make a backup save 3 times to make sure that the backup save actually works. Stop doing that, game, please. We didn't crash on scissors. Thank God for that. Thank God. So making a backup save was pointless. So, we're going for another skip that's coming up right here. We got it. Excellent. Saved a second. Saved a second. So we've got to go back to the lady to get our dress because we've got our scissors now. So we're going to use this other lady to clip out of bounds again. If I can actually line this up correctly. Where is it? Come on. No, I got back in bounds. But it's too easy to get back out of bounds. And this is what most of the game is going to be. I'm going to be using either objects around me to get out of bounds. Ooh. So we've got our dress now, which looks stylish. So we're going to be using the flower pot to again clip out of bounds so we can get back. I did it before, but I did it far too quickly to explain it because I don't know what I was saying at the time. Who knows at this point? But this sometimes does work. I should be using this on a keyboard, and the keyboard's right in front of me, except I'm lazy and can't be bothered to reach over, so I'm just using an analog stick, which I should use a keyboard to be fair, because I suck. And it's still not working properly. No, got it. Excellent. Happy days. Shoutouts to keyboard, by the way. So now that we've actually got our dress, we're going to go over to the dance where we're going to meet somebody very special. Basically, he's our kind of love interest throughout the story. His name is Brandon. And if you actually get a chance to hear his voice, he's actually voice acted by a certain card game protagonist. So while his name on the screen there says Brandon, he's actually Yugi Boy. Yeah, he's voice acted by Yugimoto, so Brandon is now forever Yugi Boy. So those are our friends who we skipped meeting, by the way, so yeah, we don't really care for much for them. They are useful at one point, and that's to get to another level. We don't use them for skips out of bounds, so they're not that useful at all. But we are actually heading to the first level of the game now, which is the swamp. So we can finally get our powers back, and we can finally start playing the game a little bit more, rather than getting out of the school. I'll get there, don't worry about it. There's one thing to note, and that's exactly how easy it is to get out of bounds in this game. You saw me using a lady before, and then using a flower pot to get out of bounds. As soon as I get into this level, I'm going to use a tree to get out of bounds. I can use other means of getting out of bounds, but it's just faster to use a tree. So we're going to talk to Legolas over here. He's some kind of elf person. I don't know his actual name. He's just Legolas to me. And get straight into the level. And that's the tree we're going to use. This is Hugging Tree. If I can line it up again. And we're out of bounds.
Woo. Tree friend saves the day.
Yes, tree friend saves the day. Basically, we go out of bounds so that there's a fair few cutscenes down this pathway here, but we go out of bounds just to skip everything because all the cutscenes contain our friends. And we did friend skip, so we don't really have any friends right now. So we're just going to get around here. If I could stop getting shot, which would be nice. I might actually reload the save in this place just to actually get my health back. Just for a little bit of marathon safety, you know? So if you save the game and reload, you get all your HP back. If I were to die at any point, I would go back to my last save. So that's just a little bit of safety I'm adding in there. I need to go from here. So I'm going to do another clip out of bounds by using the magic shield and first person camera. And that pushes me just a little bit further into the wall there. And then you can do it so much that you can actually get out of bounds. Stop, please, game.
That's really easy to do, by the way. Want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, it is really easy. Frog, please.
At some point, Eraser created that, I don't know, SpeedCon or whatever, and he was like, "Want to try this?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then 5 seconds later, I was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Literally just mashed the button.
Yeah, it's so easy to get out of bounds. The actual, like, you can get out of bounds with multiple means. And I think Eraser also taught you the friend skip way of getting out as well in Alfrea, where you use I can't even remember her name. It's the lady to get us out of bounds originally.
No, he showed me the pot one. Pot
Yeah.
one was also really easy.
Oh yeah, pot one. That's what he showed you. I remember that now. But yeah, so most of this game we are going to spend out of bounds. The
It's a nice place. Looks cool.
I mean, it does look cool. I mean, we're seeing a lot of trees and just like little plants and stuff like that. But the actual game itself is quite unsafe, especially when it comes to the boss fights, which I'll explain in a minute when I get up to the second boss. I think his name is just Troll or something like that, but we're in a swamp and we're going to fight like some kind of ogre troll thing, so essentially I call him Shrek. But we'll see him in a minute.
That's fair, yeah.
There is a certain path that you do have to take when you're out of bounds, because you can actually fall off the map, essentially. It's not just indefinitely you stay on the same level. You can't go too far.
Right, yeah.
And you can go too far inbounds as well to hit cutscene triggers. So there's a fair line that you have to take to make sure that you stay out of bounds enough to miss all the cutscenes. Because we are essentially skipping every single cutscene in this game. So, gonna run into this tree, hug the tree a little bit, and then first person mash with shield to get out of bounds again. And yeah, we're essentially skipping every single part of the level. This will take you the levels aren't that big, to be fair, but at the same time, the clipping out of bounds essentially just gives you a straight line to the end of the level, essentially, rather than having to go around and about and through long-winded circles to get to the end of the game, hitting multiple cutscenes. So we're finally getting up to the next boss. I will have to take a save here because there is a cycle that I want to make, but hopefully we should get it. And if I mash square going into this, I will be able to do instant damage through that little text box window there. So this is Shrek. And I'm trying to actually do this correctly. Oh, please. That actually worked out very well for me, because that's the cycle that I wanted to hit. So using the Mega Sound, which is a special ability you get from your friends that we didn't meet, we can actually do a lot of damage to Shrek.
Our pseudo-friends.
Our pseudo-friends, yes. But I'm running very low on magic, so I have to actually run around to find some. And I'm just taking this a little bit safer. And then that's a kill.
That's pretty good.
Getting resetless on Shrek is actually really good, because resetting you waste about 30 seconds every time. So that was actually still PB pace with that fight. Even though it took a little bit longer to get the kill, it's still PB pace with that. So now that we're done with Shrek, we have to go over this window here, because we need to steal this item to get to the next area. So the code is 3921, and if I hold
How would
crouch,
you know that? Or did you just try?
You just have to try random codes,
okay.
and whichever one works for you
Okay,
essentially.
cool.
I mean,
Cool.
it's not like it's the same code every time, because why would it be?
Yeah.
But you have to steal this item to get to the next level, because for some reason, these items, you can put them on a pedestal, and then that activates a painting to teleport us to another place, essentially.
Obviously.
Yeah, because that's how magic works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've watched Harry Potter, right? So, isn't that how magic works? So this level is actually very hard, and that's because the boss is very hard, and these lasers like to kill you. I've lost a fair few runs to these lasers because I just haven't cared enough to watch out for them, and just died because of them. It's also quite a long level as well. So it's all like, this is essentially just one giant puzzle as you go up. We're going to skip as much of it as we possibly can, but it still is quite a long-winded segment going up this tower, because you have to pull all these levers and just climb the tower little bit by little bit by little bit.
These Except this is Garcheth. This is not Garcheth. If it was Garcheth, the lever would be, operated with the foot. In a
Yeah, it
really
would, yeah.
metal kind of style.
Very metal.
Yeah.
But this is Winx Club. This is made by 4Kids. It has no metal in it.
Not even a bit?
Not even a bit.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, it is really sad. I mean, the closest thing that we get to a weapon in this game is this, are these lasses' heels right here. I mean, look at how sharp these things are. That can kill a person.
Seems alright.
I mean, those must be uncomfortable to run in. Come on. Get round the lever. I'm actually listening for the sound of the mechanism to time for when I can activate the lever, so I can save a couple of frames every time I pull the lever. You can pull, like, I can just mash X here and just pull the lever continuously, except I don't want to do that now because this is the section I need. And if you time it correctly, you can essentially get a frame perfect lever animation, which will just make this cutscene just play continuously through the next one.
Or with a shorter break in between.
Yeah, or with a short break in between. So I'm stopping on these stairs because the camera likes to be a bit of a pain and just turn randomly on the stairs. I should take that save point actually, just for safety.
Can you control the camera in this game?
You can, yes, but it's harder to do so.
So is this close to Garcheth? No.
At least I have some camera controls
Well,
in this game.
Yeah.
So we, excuse me, sorry. We first person clip through the walls to hit the load triggers. First person clip here to run out of bounds to the next load trigger. And we're coming up to the boss here now, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do another first person clip out of bounds, fall down into the void, and this is Slugman. This is actually a very scary boss because you can see all the fire orbs and the slime orbs he's shooting out. Any of those can hit me, and the pattern is random. So essentially, I'm having to react and dodge at the same time, and use my friend's power.
It's a bullet hell game. It's interesting.
It really is. I do have a little bit of a cold right now, so I'm sorry if I'm coughing and sniffing a little bit, but I am recovering from a little cold. Thank you.
This is secretly German. I want to put that out there.
I am becoming slowly more German by the day while you're here. I've even started drinking sparkling water. Hey, I deserve it, to be fair. I do deserve it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to hit this guy's eye to get him into a crit state. And as you can see, I've got very low HP right now, so I'm trying to play a little bit safe. Because if I die, I go back to the last save point. So I really don't want to do that.
And you win.
And I win, yes. Thank God.
It's worth one clap.
Hey, one clap.
2, 3.
So, this is the only part of the story that I know, by the way. So, Bloom, our main character, this lass, obviously she just discovered that she's got magical powers. So she's finally like, right, I need to learn where I got these magical powers from. So I need to talk to my mum and dad. So she goes over to this phone, talks to her mum and dad. We don't see the cutscene because we deleted it to prevent crashes. Yeah. And her parents are like, well, I don't know where you got these powers from. You're adopted, lass. So, so basically we get told that we're adopted. We've got some kind of magical powers in a school that we don't know where we are. So we're away from everything, really. We're adopted, we've got no friends. I mean, what are we going to do? Basically, we see these three lasses here, and we're going to kill their pet spider, because we're so angry that we don't have any parents and we don't have any friends that we just have to take our anger out with something.
You just shoot in the cutscene?
Yes, you can. You can like, you buffer so many inputs on shooting that they just continue over into that little text box cutscene. So, the second half of the game, obviously we've had a little cutscene with our friends there, well, quote-unquote friends, and they're like, that Yugi guy, he seems like a cool dude, he seems like he's good at card games. So go and call him, and go on a date with Yugi Boy.
Yeah.
So, we're on a date with Yugi Boy right now.
It's all logical, honestly.
It's just, basically, he's cheating on the Dark Magician girl right now with us. So we've been on our date with Yugi Boy, and we're going to go and get another item. to go to the next level of the game, which is in another cabinet, which hopefully I know the code for, which is this one here. And if I remember correctly,
0, 0.
0, 1?
Ah,
It's good RNG right there.
clever.
Yeah.
Yo, you got something.
I got some kind of red crystal. I don't know what the story thing is, so who knows, but I'm going to put it on another magical portal so I can go through a painting. Yeah, this is Dark Souls, yeah. We're in! So, this level is actually very long-winded, so the only thing to do really here is just face-to-face and clip, and then we are essentially more than halfway through the level now. I mean, easy.
Yeah.
So, this dragon here, right, he's got an item that we sorely need, so we're just going to bully him back into his pen, so he gives us an item. I think we do one more on this one. Yes, I can, so I need to bully him back 2 more. And then I can pick up an item. Got the item. So there is actually a cycle manipulation here. We are going to wait to actually plant this item, because the item that we got is a seed. So we're waiting for this to spawn, plant it, save the game, reload the game, and then that makes the bean sprout spawn in straight away, and it also sets the spider cycles so that we can just go straight up and not worry about it. We also get our health back, which is great.
HP.
HP, I'm sorry. So these guards, if these guards spot us, we go back to the ground, because we shouldn't be up here apparently. I don't know why, we just shouldn't be. But yeah, we're going to try and avoid these guards as much as possible, even though we should have been seen by now. I'm trying to jump up there, but it's just not working for me. So we're going to go straight through this wall as well. We've been seen by that guard, but it doesn't really matter because he's slow. Going to make another save.
You can't even go through walls, what a loser.
I know. Going to clip through the elevator door because it's actually faster than opening the elevator. I know we're too lazy to press buttons. Clip through this wall, and it's this angle, I think. It's hard to tell with this because you can't really see what's happening once you're out of bounds. But essentially the level will load progressively until you get to this boss fight here. And I don't know about you, but I'm terrified of this boss. Because look at that twill. Look at that twill right there. I mean, she must have some dangerous superpower or something like that.
She'll totally go out.
Yeah. I mean, she could go ham on us at any second here. I mean, I'm just terrified of what's going to happen there.
Oh, I think... No, she doesn't do it. Okay. I thought she would. Okay.
That was a really scary part of the boss right there.
Yeah.
Right, all jokes aside, this boss is actually scary though.
That's...
Yes, because essentially this boss is incredibly long-winded, and we need to get good RNG magic, which already we're not. So, this boss, you have to hit one of these two witches 5 times to knock one of them down. I'm listening for the music because I'm trying to get the cycle to work properly. I messed it up though, so I took health damage, which is already dangerous. Because essentially, if I get stuck in one of them, I'm losing 3 petals of health. HP, sorry.
Thank you.
Wait a little bit longer on that one just to make sure that I exited the cycle. That's some good magic right there. So the reason why I'm pausing in between the cycles while I've got the shield up is for one reason. While the pause menu is up, I'm not consuming magic. Otherwise, I would have to hold the shield throughout that super move that they do and just waste my magic to not get hit.
Right, so the fight is progressing through the pause menu, that's what you're saying.
The fight is not progressing, but their attack is.
Ah.
Until I unpause it again. Hopefully I get some good magic from this bats. And I did. Happy days.
Okay.
I'm actually getting some good magic RNG here, which is really, really good, which worries me for later fights. Because there is one more fight that I really, really want good magic on, and hopefully we'll get. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm trying to target the bottom one, but Bloom will just shoot wherever she wants to shoot. I mean, there is no auto-aim. Well, there is an auto-aim, but it's uncontrollable. So I'm trying to manually target them by flying certain ways, but it just doesn't work. It's all placebo. Also, this pause menu music is pretty good. I like it.
It is.
Bloom, just hit them. Oh god, this is dangerous now. That was some good magic though, so I should only need one more cycle, but I'm only 2 hits away from dying. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully I don't die, otherwise that will be some major time loss. The estimate is forgiving, but not that forgiving. No, apparently I'm going to need one more cycle, because there is a tiny little bit of health left on there.
You probably count the pixels on that. It's probably like 4 pixels or something.
I thought I was going to get hit through that, to be honest with you. I was actually really scared for a moment. I feel like the game's about to crash. No, it's not. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So because I've got 2 HP left, and I'm meant to go in, I can go right there and go straight into the next level. I'm actually going to take a safety save and reload just to get my HP back, just to be on the safe side. I'd rather not have to do that fight again and lose multiple minutes. So this is a good part to take a safety save at. I will be taking multiple safety saves just to be marathon safe, essentially.
Right, yeah. Just to, you know, decelerate a bit.
Yeah, just calm down. I mean, the run's getting quite hype, you know. I mean, we got to take a little bit of a slow patch. So let's take the time to do that now. And now we've got our health back.
HP.
HP, sorry. Just sweet desolate. So you can mainly blame this run on Seven Eraser 7 himself, because he is the one who got me into speedrunning this game, and I put too much of my time into this game, which is why it's now at UKSG. It was supposed to be at the last UKSG, except we had too much problems with it, and we couldn't actually get the game to start. But now that we've got it started, it's great. And I just want to give a shout out and thanks to the UKSG staff for giving me a second chance of running this game.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Right, so, for some story-related reasons, we've lost our powers. I don't know why, but we have lost our powers.
Did Farah steal our dagger? Oh no, wrong game.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that could have happened, for all I know in the story.
Yeah.
So, because we've lost our powers, we can't do the first-person clips anymore to get out of bounds. So, we have to get out of bounds by other means, which is why this pillar comes in handy. And there we go, yeah. You run into pillars and then you go out of bounds. I mean, the problem is though, when we are now out of bounds, if we were to go back in bounds, like say, like where that chest is, we can't get out of bounds again. That is the only pillar you can get out of bounds on in this level. Well, in this section of the level. However, this level must have been designed for a speedrun, because in this next section, there is a perfect little spot where we can get out of bounds with, for one very good reason. And it's at the bottom of this ladder here. Yes, I took a health point of damage. Doesn't matter. That wall just doesn't exist.
Oh, okay.
For no reason, it just doesn't exist. But so we can just go out of bounds there, and then just go. And I need to wait until I'm at the exact right point to turn right.
Yeah, chasing you out of bounds, ghosts.
Yeah, it's a spooky ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the ghosts like to go out of bounds. I mean, nothing likes to stay in bounds in this game. So there's a save point here which I'm going to take for safety, because the upcoming skip does have a reasonable chance of failing. Pull the lever to open the door. Get another dragon seed to get another point of health for safety. And this is a puzzle that is very, very easy to do, except we are speedrunners. And we don't like doing puzzles.
Ascend.
We are ascending speedrunners.
Yeah.
And we don't like doing puzzles that take far too long. So we're just going to jump against a wall. for a little bit of while. So while we're jumping against the wall, is there anything that you can mention?
Indeed there is. In the upcoming run, after this run, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, we have a bid war at the moment for which team that will be played with. And the lead at the moment is... let me find it. And the lead at the moment is Phoenix Wright, Frank West, and Dante. If you guys have any other opinions on what they should be sure to get your donations in before that start of that run.
I'm actually looking for a very specific point here that I need to go out of bounds at, otherwise I lose basically the camera, or I fall down in bounds there, and that's basically rip run.
Yeah.
I would have to load the save point. But thankfully we got a first try, so we don't have to waste another minute ascending against the wall. So if I was to go over the map there now, I would fall back inbounds and have to waste time doing another puzzle, which I don't want to do.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a speedrunner, I want to go fast. It's just because I'm lazy.
Yeah. I actually remember Eraser trying out things here at SpeedCon, like in the marathon, in the practice room.
Yeah.
That's why I know some of the things that can go wrong here.
Oh, by the way, you can pick up snowballs.
Ah, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? You have hands and there's snow. It's just pretty simple.
So that orange figure that was standing at the top of the stairs, that was our mother, by the way. And she gives us our powers back because we're like some sort of dragon fairy princess thing. I don't know. I don't know the story of this game. I just speedrun it.
I'm decoupled emotionally already. You can't tell me anything. Whatever.
Although my old enemy is back, stairs. And for any of you who know me from Prince of Persia, you all know that I hate the infinite stairs. So Eraser found another game for me to run where I have to run upstairs instead of running down them. So thanks to him on that. And this is the fight that I was talking about before. This is Yeti, and he is a scary boss fight because he has multiple attacks that all have very, very short buffer points.
Greetings to Sanju, by the way, in the chat.
Hello, Sanju. I'm sorry that this run is already behind world record. And I'm sorry that I couldn't do your I get scared every time when that happens.
I mean, reasonably so.
I tested this game before, and it worked perfectly fine. And I ran out of magic, so that's fun. I didn't even make the cycle
What does
because...
Bloom even say before that attack?
piercing wind.
Ah.
So basically, everyone's feelings after they've had Taco Bell.
Fair.
Oh, damn it. I'm losing more health than I would like to so early on in the fight. And I'm getting a lot of bad magic RNG here. But yeah, shoutouts to Sir Shanju. He's the world record holder and the only person, to my knowledge, who has run this game 100%. So shoutouts to him. He's a cool dude and a great runner of this game.
100% is also rather recent, isn't it?
Yes, it was done earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like the first run of that category was done this week. So all your friends that you can use their special abilities for, they all have different special abilities. The only one that I actually know the name of is Musa, and that's the blue-haired lass who makes the speakers appear and does a lot of damage. I don't know the rest of their names, because we skipped friends, so why would I learn their names?
You know it's a good anime when all the protagonists have a different hair color.
Yeah. But this isn't an anime, this is a cartoon.
Kinda is, though.
It's not. If this is anime, then Avatar The Last Airbender is definitely anime.
Yeah, it is.
But it's not,
Yes,
it's a cartoon.
It is.
It's cartoon because it's made in America.
The question as old as mankind itself.
I am just meaning that. It's a great show, regardless of whether it's an anime or a cartoon. Gonna try and get... Oh, I couldn't even get them. Damn. Magic is very hard to come by in this fight. I mean, yes, he's spawning a lot of gems, but it's very random as to what he spawns. And Yeti likes to be a bit of a pain to me and give me very, very little good things. Oh, that's a very nice drop, so I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Apparently bosses are 300%, by the way.
They really are.
Okay.
Basically, because of the items that you pick up at 100%, you also get damage increases and different attacks, which essentially just rinse all the bosses. Which actually is a fun category by the looks of it. I haven't run it myself yet, and I'm not sure if I intend to, but if I was to run it, I would run it solely for the boss fights alone, because of how free they are. I mean, if this was 100%, Yeti would have been done like 2 minutes ago. This is getting dangerous. This should kill him. No, it hasn't. There's like 1 pixel of health there.
Oh, there is indeed.
It is essentially 1 pixel of health. There we go. Killed. 1 hit. So that's Yeti done. We have 1 more level before the final boss. I am going to take a safety save here again, just to be on the safe side.
So actually, would you say the story is that you're just bullying animal creatures continuously? I feel like that's the main story here, honestly.
I feel like I've done that a lot this run.
Yeah.
I mean, we bullied a dragon originally. We bullied some kind of we bullied a racer essentially.
Yeah.
A racer's cartoon portrait. We've also bullied a yeti. What other animals? Well, we bullied a spider because we killed it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even reload, did I? Did I even take the save? I don't know anymore. I'm just going to double check now. But yeah, we have done a lot of animal bullying in this run, so oops. I'll take the save again just to be on the safe side. Reload. Because I didn't even know if I took the save or not. But this run is actually pretty chill, to be fair. It's the boss fights that are mainly hard, but the actual levels themselves are very easy to navigate through. So, coming up to the next level, there is... if I remember correctly, it's a reasonably short level. It's not as long as Sparks, but we do have our powers to utilize, which makes it a lot faster. But the last boss fight coming up after that will be very hard to do, because we, like I said before, we don't have any upgrades whatsoever, so we're on the base stats right now. The only thing that we have upgraded is our health by 3 points, where as you can get... I think it's 24 health upgrades in this game. I'm not too sure. Oh, there's a save point right there. But I didn't take it because that guy likes to hit me as I'm going into the save point. So on 2 health, I didn't want to risk it.
So would you say without the boss fights, this is the best speedrun you've ever done in your life? Like this game, speed game?
It's the most fun, I'd say.
Okay.
It's like the most fun. I mean, the glitch to get out of bounds is very fun to do and very easy to do as well. So I should go right here, don't I? Yes, I do.
It reminds me a bit of Uncharted, like the P3 version.
I can see, yeah, that's a good comparison to make, really.
L1, 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 L1 through the door.
Yeah, that's basically the entire speedrun. Essentially, this is a fun run and category to do. Not because it's easy to do, but just because of how, like, you figure out how much you skip through by doing this. And this game is actually relatively hard, playing it casually. So... doing the speedrun is just more rewarding than playing this game casually.
Right.
Because of how hard this game is casually. So, for some random reason, if you stand on this platform here, these crab people won't target you. And I don't know why it works, it just does. There used to be a method of getting through this fight by standing out of bounds, but by standing out of bounds and killing these crab people, it doesn't trigger the next area. So... when this was found, it just revolutionized this whole fight because, like I say, for no reason, the crab people just apparently can't see us.
They're afraid of stairs, maybe.
I mean, yeah, we are slightly higher than they are, so they might just not be able to look up. Much like dogs. Because apparently dogs can't look up. If anybody gets that reference, you are great. And he's gone and stood just where I can't reach him. Because why wouldn't he? There we go, and that's the next area triggered. So we have to dodge straight to the left here to avoid the spider, otherwise he will attack us. And then we teleport to a forest floor where we're going to go and sleep on a forest floor with Yugi Boy. I don't know, story-related reasons, I guess. His name's Sky now also for some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, that's the reason. So that was
not incognito anymore.
Yeah, he's not incognito.
He doesn't have to hide.
So the last boss fight is coming up soon. So I'm going to get the last health upgrade. And I'm also going to take another safety save. Because if I die during this boss fight, I would have to go back to before the last level, essentially, because that was the last time I saved. And in practice, I did die during practice with the final boss, Icy, being at like 2% health or something. So I'd rather just take the save and then run the risk of inevitably dying.
That's fair.
Because there is a strat to get a quick kill, which is you utilize taking damage to get a higher special bar. And the more special bar you get, the more you can trigger your special, which does a lot of damage to Icy. So we try to take as much damage as possible to get that bar as high as possible, while still just about staying alive to get the health refill by using a special. So there's the first damage there, which increased my special bar, which is a green bar on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. So you can get the special every 2 cycles if you do it correctly. And I've gotten half a bar there, so that's good for me. Please, game. Don't crash right now. I did take the save, but I would rather you didn't crash right now.
Well, they're not fighting on the ground. Like that's... Are they just flexing? Like, look, we can fly, look at us.
I mean, the true anime battles take place in the sky, don't they? So that's bad, I think. I might not be able to make this. Oh no, I can get it off. That's alright. So this is the dragon special ability, which is what we want the 2 cycle to do. So if you watch Icy's health at the top, you'll see it go down a fair chunk, and that's why we want to get this special as much as possible. Also, that special refills our magic and health, so that we also want to use it as much as possible for those regens. There we go, that's what I wanted. Oh, you got 1 hit through that, but it's fine. I need that, just to get a little bit more magic. I do actually have to be a little bit careful here because I'm now running a little bit lower magic. I would rather have a little bit more right now, but I'll make do with what I have. I'm waiting for those crystals to despawn so I can get as much magic as possible. So I can just go ham on it right now, get it to go into ice crystal form, so I can use another dragon.
Schneller.
I'll get there, I'll get there. I mean, we've taken away 2/3 of our HP bar already, so it should be 1 more dragon cycle if things go to plan. That's not what I thought she was going to do. I don't want to get hit by that big snowball that she does, because that is her special move, where she summons her own ice dragon, which is essentially the blue eyes white dragon. So I want to avoid getting hit by that because it does a lot of damage. I don't think it one-hits me, but I think it does like most of my health. I think I'll be left on two petals of health. HP, sorry.
Thanks.
Which is why I shielded to get the extra special bar. I'm running a little bit low on magic here. But this should work. There we go, and that's dragon. I don't think this will kill her. I think she's on just a slight too high HP. This might leave her on 1 or 2. Yeah, it'll be the next cycle, so time will be coming up on the next cycle, just so that you're ready. But yeah, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you can still die.
I mean, yeah, I can still die here, and I would lose several minutes and be a very unhappy bear. But hopefully I shouldn't. Right, so she's gone to the crystals. One piercing wind. Have to wait for the reload, because you can't just chain piercing winds. You have to wait a couple of seconds after the first one. And that's time. And that is Winx Club. Very fun run to do. Very, very rewarding run to do. Because of all the RNG that's inside of it. Toka, when is your run? When will you be running Winx Club, my boy?
Schneller.
No, thanks to UKSG for giving me a second chance to run this game because of how bad I went the first time round. So massive shout out to them. So stay tuned for the next few runs, because as far as I'm aware, all the next runs are very hype. So I will see you guys later on, and keep enjoying the rest of the marathon.